If you hear the echo of Mother Africa in your soul and feel the magical blessings of your ancient homeland in your heart, as we do, then you're in for a wonderful experience here with us today. Hello, I'm Dorian Harewood.
And I'm Mary Catherine, and it is our great pleasure to welcome you to the celebration of Kwanzaa, a communal celebration of love and light for all people of African heritage.
And if the ancient drums seem distant, spend one Kwanzaa with your brothers and sisters, and you will see why millions of African Americans have embraced this wonderful holiday. Habari gani, little angel?
Bunny, I'm sorry.
This is a very common Swahili greeting. Habari gani means, what's the news? And even if your hut burned down and some lion stole your cows, you say, habari mzuri, which means, the news is good. And then you go ahead and tell whatever the current catastrophe may be. In celebrating Kwanzaa, you're going to learn some new words, African words. Some might sound strange at first, but you may be surprised to find them familiar and easy to pronounce, as if, perhaps, you may have known them before. Let us begin.
Children, Kwanzaa is coming. What should we do?
Prepare the house.
Yes, and what principle should we use?
Kuumba.
Kuumba is creativity. And the 7 principles of Kwanzaa are called the Nguzo Saba. Can we name the Nguzo Saba together?
Moja
Means unity. Kujichagulia means self-determination. Ujima means collective work and responsibility. Ujama means cooperative economics. Nia means purpose. Kuumba means creativity. Imani means faith. Yes, very good. And now we should mark the calendar because Kwanzaa begins on December the 26th and ends on the 1st. In fact, the word Kwanzaa means first.
From ancient times, across the continent of Africa, the people celebrated in festivals and ritual the gathering of first fruit. Called by different names in many languages, this holiday is celebrated by the ingathering of the harvest. The bringing of fruits and vegetables symbolizes the end of hard times and the renewal of deeply held convictions and values. These values are given focus in our flag, the Bendera ya Taifa. Its colors of red for the blood of our people, black for our African people, and green, the color of the motherland Africa, green for our hopes and dreams. This flag, created by Marcus Garvey and with other decorations of these colors, can be used to adorn our homes during Kwanzaa. We celebrate Kwanzaa today because of the efforts of Dr. Maulana Karenga. It was his vision to have a holiday for African Americans, and his concepts and research have provided the structure and examples we follow and for which we are most grateful. Kwanzaa is calling to us from across the ages to renew, to grow, and prosper. The great kingdoms of Egypt and Nubia, Zimbabwe and Ghana, and all of the classical African civilizations, which we invite you to explore and learn from, held this time of first fruit as sacred. To be in touch with the land, the seasons and elements, growing families like growing trees, strong and proud. Whatever religion we may practice, that we can all feel a profound reverence for our Creator and all creation is the crown jewel of our festival. shining throughout the 7 days we come together. Kwanzaa inspires us to remember and hold dear the highest ideals and values of mankind throughout our lives. Ingathering, reverence, commemoration, recommitment, and celebration.
First, we start with the umkika. This mat represents a firm foundation. None of these items need be expensive. In fact, you can use your kuumba creativity.
Next, we place the kinara, our candle holder. Into the 7 holes, we put the mishuma saba. There are 7 candles, a black one in the center, and this one we light first, then red on the left and green on the right. We light one of these candles for each day of Kwanzaa to symbolize one of the nguzo saba. Next, we light the red candles, and finally the green. Any member of the family can light the candles, but it's preferable that the children do this. After the candle is lit, the principle is explained by the person lighting it and is used for the main topic of discussion and inspiration for that day. For some, there may be a reluctance to use a black candle. A gold or blue candle in the center will do just as well.
Next comes mazao, crops. Though few of us in the United States still farm, we know that it takes teamwork to produce food. Crops are an important reminder of our celebration's historical roots. The gathering of crops is symbolic of our working together and enjoying the harvest of our collective activities.
Next, our favorite, muhindi, corn. We place 1 ear of corn on the mkika for each child in the household. Children, each of you are at the center of our celebration. It is you that carry our future. Your parents and relatives, all of your ancestors, all who have tried to guide your steps with love and wisdom and discipline, wish you well.
We know that in many households there are no little ones, but you can still take 1 or 2 suka, ears of corn, on the mkika.
In many of our traditions, parenthood was specific and social. Even if you had no children of your own, you held a responsibility to the children of your community. Kwanzaa is a time to reaffirm that responsibility. These are zawadi, simple little gifts given to children. Things like books, heritage objects, or something made out of your kuumba. These are tokens of love and rewards for work well done. If kids want to make something for their relatives, it's okay. Again, these little gifts should not create hardship for the family. They don't need to be expensive. Homemade is best made. And this is the kikombe cha umoja, the unity cup. This is a very important component of the Kwanzaa celebration. With this bowl, we pour tambiko, libation, grape juice or wine, and call out an honor roll of ancestors and other people we feel inspired by. In saluting those who came before and guide us still, we invoke their spirits to be remembered and honored. And then all drink from the kikombe as it is passed from hand to hand. The house has been cleaned and decorated in African motif. Pictures of animals, landscapes, our heroes and role models are proudly displayed. We have some food to eat. Our table is prepared and our youngest is ready to light the first candle. But first, let us be quiet and remember our ancestors. There is a tradition in many families of the storyteller, the griot, the one who knows the family, village, and people's history. This character featured prominently in Alex Haley's story, Roots. Perhaps in your family, there is a storyteller. Invite your memory to bring forth whatever it can regarding your own people, especially those who have passed on. And we will drink this libation to their memory, their struggles, joys, hopes, and dreams. And with heartfelt thanks, we wish to acknowledge them, that they may know that they bring much honor to this place and to our lives. Now name those names, the ones special to you. You can name Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Dr. Maulana Karenga, who gave us this festival, or any one of hundreds of women and men, leaders who inspire us forward. And yes, they can be alive too.
Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Maya Angelou, and Rosa Parks.
Right. Name them all. And when we've passed around the kikombe, the unity cup, we are ready to light the first candle. Okay, sweetheart. There you go.
Tonight is the first night of Kwanzaa, and it is represented by the principle umoja, unity.
Now we as a family discuss unity, to strive for that togetherness in family and community. This is the first principle, and within it is the key to all values, respect and fairness. The linkage of the generations of our family, our name, our history and our places, harmony, mother and father, consistent clarity about our purpose and goals, respect and care for our elders, friendship, unity in the family, then the community, then the nation.
Each member of the family is invited to share their viewpoint, to study the principle, perhaps make a drawing or musical sketch or poem about it. These are living principles for living people. They are the bedrock of our Kwanzaa celebration.
Relatives can be invited to attend each night if convenient. And after the discussions, songs, and stories pertaining to the night's principle are concluded, we drink libation again, give thanks to our ancestors, passing the kikombe, and blow out the candle, and good night. The purpose of this production is to give an overview of the celebration of Kwanzaa. We touch here on the principles, but that's all we can do. We encourage you to study these principles. And there are many fine books where these matters are explored in deep and meaningful ways. You've seen the first night and how it was brought forth. As these structures evolve in your life, you will establish your own traditions. Your Kwanzaa items in time will become treasured heirlooms filled with many happy memories. Some people decorate a Kwanzaa tree. Many make Kwanzaa cards. Of the many positive aspects we can appreciate in Kwanzaa, the Nguzo Saba, the principles, are the foundation blocks. I'd like to go over them with you for a moment. The first, umoja, unity, we covered, working together and helping each other. The second night is for kujichagulia, self-determination. We have the opportunity to reshape our world, to define ourselves by rekindling our collective memory. Self-determination is needed to stand against oppression and set examples for children to follow, to teach our children to be wise, to respect their elders, to be able to self-motivate, to decide things for themselves rather than have others decide for them, to think global and act local, to vote, to look into the future and create their destiny requires kujichagulia. Third is ujima, collective work and responsibility. These principles are also practices. It's not always easy to take responsibility for our own situations, but that is what ujima is asking. Without togetherness as a community and a sincere interest in the lives of others, we cannot progress. We must share our future hardships and benefits together, live together, communicate, start, create, read. Ujama, our fourth principle, means cooperative economics. We build and support our own businesses. Children make a lemonade stand on the corner on a hot day. You buy a cup of lemonade from them. They get a quarter, you get the best drink in the world. That's Ujama. This is an oversimplification, but you get the idea. You don't go to Paris to get a lemonade, you share your social wealth in your own community. Money is energy. We must depend on ourselves, pick up our own trash, support our own businesses first. Nia, purpose, is our fifth principle. To develop, build, and defend our community, our history and greatness as a people. We are the heirs of a great civilization. To inherit that greatness is to receive it. To hold it is our purpose. To continue to make a positive contribution to the onward flow of human history. Isolated individual pursuits, though fine in themselves, cannot give the fullness and meaning to a person's life. as when the collective whole is brought up. Every day is a donation to eternity, and even 1 hour is a contribution to the future. You can see how these principles can be infinitely discussed and studied, how they fire the imagination. Be determined and go forward. Sixth is Kuumba, creativity. We have heard about this during our program already. Children should be surrounded by beauty. Our speech, our actions to each other, our entire lives can reflect beauty and dignity. Our homes and our communities are opportunities for us to improve and to build. The goal? To leave them better places than we found them. To build and paint, to plant and design, sing and play. Africans have been the stewards of the earth for ages. We are the original ecologists. Each generation must dedicate itself to restoring our people to their traditional greatness. Dance, laugh, and create. We are the children of the Creator, so we create. Our final principle is Imani, faith. Think about who has had faith in you. Your teachers and leaders, our historical great ones whose lives were dedicated to making your life a little better. The great struggles that have gone before, the gains made, and the art and music put forth. For whom? For you. The championships, the valiant performances, and efforts of so many. For whom? For you. Our doctors and scientists working tirelessly to improve our lives, and others who simply work, serve their people and community, their churches and beliefs. All for you. Faith begins with faith in the Creator, then faith in ourselves, in our capacity to live within these principles, and in our struggle for a higher level of human life. Faith to reinvent and reach inside ourselves and bring forth a new man and woman into a world waiting for something unique and new, proud and productive, loving and beautiful. Faith. This, then, is the basic overview of Nguzo Saba. How beautiful they are, so challenging and inspiring. I look across the panorama of our African American experience and marvel at how beautifully Kwanzaa fits in. Embrace this celebration and its principles in the spirit it is offered. There is a movement and a word. The word is Harambe, and it means to pull together. And this is the movement. Harambe, Harambe, Harambe.
Kwanzaa has many opportunities for reinforcing activities. It is common to have a day or a portion of a day for meditation, where one can simply engage in quiet reflection. This is a good time for reassessment and recommitment on a personal and family level. The central activity in Kwanzaa is the Karamu, the feast. This celebration is the final great event of Kwanzaa, and it takes place on December 31st. Here, all the folks come together, each family prepares a dish, and others bring what they can. The children can help with decorating the rooms and preparing the food.
Before and during the feast, an informative and entertaining program is presented. Different members can speak about their week of Kwanzaa, the principles and their hopes and aspirations for the future. Songs can be sung and children can perform small plays. All the candles are lit on the Kanara, and the children receive their zawadi, their little gifts. The tambiko, the pouring of libation for the ancestors, is performed. We spoke briefly about the libation statement. In Swahili, we call it tamshi la tambiko. It can be said in many ways. On the final night of Kwanzaa, we say something like this. Our fathers and mothers came here, lived and loved, struggled and built here. At this place, their love and labor rose like the sun and gave strength to the day. For them who gave so much, we give in return. Here we too will build and move in unity and strength to achieve a higher level of life. May we remember and honor our ancestors and the legacy they left for us forever. For our people everywhere, for our African brothers and sisters, known and unknown, who defended our ancestral land, history, and humanity. For Malcolm, Garvey, Muhammad, Harriet, King, Sojourner, and all of the others who defined, defended, and developed our interests as a people. Here you can include your list of names. For our children and the better lives they will have. For the Nguzo Saba, the principles of Kwanzaa, and the new world we will build. The night is closed by the Tamshi Latuta Onana, the farewell statement, and it can go something like this. Strive for discipline, dedication, and achievement in all you do. Build where you are, knowing that your life is precious in a deeply spiritual way. Practice daily the principles of Nguzo Saba. The wisdom of the ancestors is always with us. May this next year's end find us laughing and stronger.
May our children honor us by following our examples of love and principles. And at the end of next year, may we sit again together in greater numbers with greater achievements.
Harambe, pull together, stand erect, and go. You have the blessings of the ancestors and your family with you. A person so blessed need fear nothing in this life. Harambe. This is Dorian Harewood.
And Mary Catherine.
Happy Kwanzaa.